Hi, how are you doing? I hope you have a very nice day. I'm Eva and I make YouTube videos about veganism, raw veganism, and a lot of other very interesting topics. And actually, the last weeks were very stressful, so I'm super grateful for making this video and just share some information. And this video is going to be about fruitarianism, everything about a fruitarian diet. And this is actually going to be part one because I have a lot of questions and this video would just be far too long. So this is basically part one. And yeah, and I think that there is far not enough information about a fruitarian diet. And so I thought why not share some information and my opinion about this topic. So the first thing is, the first question is, what is a fruitarian diet? Fruitarian diet is basically people eating only fruit. Yeah, I know it might sound very extreme, but for me, I've done a lot of research and it's not so extreme anymore. And some people include leafy greens like spinach or lettuce, but other people only eat fruit. And maybe just for information, there are a lot of food that people think is vegetables, but they're actually fruit. For example, cucumber, tomatoes, zucchini, olives, avocado, eggplants. They're all fruit, so that's very interesting to know. And the second question, why would people be fruitarian? I mean, probably this might sound very extreme to you, and there are different reasons. So first of all, I believe that humans are frugivores. Like, we have our anatomy perfect for fruit. Like, we have our teeth is not very sharp, so we can't really eat raw flesh with our teeth or just crunch bones or something, but it's perfect for eating papaya or melon. The next thing is our digestive tract is so our colon is very long, and so for us it's the best if we eat fruit, because fruit digests very fast, so it needs about 1 to 5 hours, whereas when you eat animal products or fast food, they can take up to days or sometimes even a week to digest. However, they're not really completely digested, but there's always a little bit residue left, and this is quite damaging to your colon. So fruit is just perfect for our colon, and we don't really have to spend so much time into digesting food and energy into digesting food, so we have much more energy just for other things, which is really interesting. And maybe other reasons why people go fruitarian is that people want to overcome diseases. I've actually talked with some people, and it's super interesting how they overcome their diseases, and it's you can overcome fatigue, you can overcome cancer, you can overcome multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer, and so many other diseases, or just not so heavy ones like acne or dermatitis or something. So there are a lot of diseases that you can overcome with a fruitarian diet. And I know this from just talking with people who have overcome the disease. So it's might sound extreme, but it's not very extreme to me anymore. Another benefit is just that you will get clear skin and you will just lose some weight if you want to lose weight. But with a fruitarian diet, it's that you will find your natural and perfect weight. For example, I don't think that I'm too thin or too heavy or something. I actually really enjoy the weight that I have now, and it's very easy to get your perfect weight for your perfect body. So that's amazing. Another thing is just energy levels, improved fitness, and also when you do sports, it's very easy to recover because your body doesn't really have to put so much energy into digestion, and so it has much more time for healing your body. So your athletic performance and your mental performance as well will definitely improve on a fruitarian diet. Yeah, these were some benefits and why people do this fruitarian diet, but there are a lot of more reasons. The next question is, can you raise children on a fruitarian diet? And absolutely you can. For example, I've talked with children who were raised from birth on a fruitarian diet, and of course they might, I don't know, when they were with friends or something, they ate cooked food, but at home they were raised fruitarian. And yeah, it was really, really interesting because they were super healthy. They were just very strong, had glowing skin, were very happy. So that's what it was. It was really mind blowing talking with those children. So you absolutely can. However, I would really recommend you to, if you plan this, to do a lot of research, because there are some things that you have to know about. And yeah, but I think people feed their children McDonald's or just a lot of fast food and consider these to be normal or something, but I think that's super unhealthy. And fruitarianism is, in my opinion, the best diet. So I don't see any reason why you should not give your children fruitarian diet. The next thing is, would you recommend teenagers to go fruitarian? Well, this is a tricky question, because from health, I would recommend everybody to try this diet because it's super healthy. However, there are some things, for example, with social, you have to learn a lot, just how to be confident in yourself and your diet. You have to learn a lot about diseases. So maybe for teenagers, it might be overwhelming to learn so much. But maybe you just want to go vegan for some years and just make the transition very, very slow. For me, this was actually the best. Like I'm vegetarian for over 6.5 years now, so I have a very, very slow transition. And this works perfectly for me. Along the way, I could learn a lot. But from health, of course, I recommend the fruitarian diet to everyone. That's basically now the question. If I'm a fully fruitarian, and no, I'm not, because I'm living in Germany, and in Germany the food quality is unfortunately not the best. Like, it's actually really bad, especially in the winter. And yeah, there's just so many poisonous substances that they put on our food, and it's also a lot of genetically modified, but organic is super expensive. So if you live in northern climates, I might not, or of course fruitarian diet might still be healthier than other diets, but for me, I also crave sometimes cooked vegetables, or just, yeah, it's what I crave sometimes, but not very much. So I would say I'm 95% fruitarian, and yeah, it works perfectly for me, and I'm doing this for over 1.5 years now, and I had no problems so far. So yeah, but the next question is, what's wrong with fermented food? Well, there is not so much wrong. Like, I think fermented food is, for example, sauerkraut. So it's cabbage that you conserve by putting salt in it, and then just put it in a glass jar and then just let it ferment for some days. And I think it's not so much wrong with it. Like, if you have to choose between wheat and sauerkraut, I would definitely go for the sauerkraut. But if I had to choose between sauerkraut and apples, or sauerkraut and mangoes, I would go definitely to mangoes, just for health, because I don't think that you can improve on nature. I think that nature is infinite intelligence, and that humans simply can't improve on it. So I don't understand why, when you have perfect food, like for example cabbage, why you would put salt in it. And salt is, for me, something very damaging. Like, it destroys basically the food, and then let it ferment and just go bad over some times, and then some days, and then hope for it to get better. I don't really realize it, but that's just my opinion in this point, and maybe it will change. And also for bacteria, I think that there is our colon is just not researched enough, and there are just so many things that people have not discovered yet about our colon. So I don't really know how to make or create the right bacteria for our colon when we don't know so much about it. But that's just my honest opinion, and maybe it will change, I don't know. The next question is, what's wrong with animal products? And to be honest, I've made a video about, I made several videos about animal products and why they're not very healthy for us, so you might check them out. I put them in the description box below, so they go into a lot of detail, but maybe to make it very short, animal products create a very acidic environment in our body, and this environment just is perfect for creating diseases such as cancer and other diseases. So for health, I would not eat animal products. The next question is, are there any famous fruitarians? Well, famous. There is, for example, Robert Morse. He's a doctor and he healed a lot of people by fruitarian diets and his herbs. I personally don't really believe so much in herbs, but he promotes also the fruitarian diet. Now we have also Medical Medium, which promotes a very fruity diet. We have Dr. Douglas Graham, who promotes the 80-10 diet. So 80-10 diet is also very close to fruitarianism, which is basically eating 80% of your calories from carbohydrates, so from fruit, 10% fat and 10% protein. And so fat and protein is very, very low. And I really believe that the 80-10 diet is super helpful and super right. Actually, he has also a book, the 80-10 diet, and I can really recommend you to read it if you're interested in just fruitarianism or raw veganism. For me, it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, that's just what I can really recommend. And the next question is being fruitarian in northern climates. Well, I think I've already said that it's not optimal because the fruit quality is not the best, it's very expensive. And I know a lot of people who were fruitarian and from Sweden and Norway, like the northern countries, and they now moved to Spain or moved to just Ecuador or very countries with a great fruit quality. So yeah, I think, and maybe the last question is protein on a fruitarian diet, and there's no need for eating supplements or anything. Like, you will get your protein from fruit. That's just what I believe. I actually believe that the more protein you eat, the faster you age and die. So I really believe that you get all your proteins from fruit, and there's protein in everything. Like, no matter what you eat, everything has protein in it. So no worries about this. And yeah, I think that's all the questions I wanted to answer in this videos, and I will create a part 2. So I really hope that I could give you some insight or some information about a fruitarian diet. And if you want to learn more about it, definitely watch my part 2. And I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.